Mr. Obiaraeri, it's good that you've also taken us back down, back in history as to how things have happened and all of that. Dangote at the point in time also accused or made allegations against that man. The issue of adding 75 naira to whatever whatever activities that is going to, at the end of the day, affect the Nigerian populace, which means 1.5 trillion naira at the end, annually. But one thing is, the broader picture is, this dispute has actually escalated, to PENGASSAN halting gas supplies, so much so that we are now also doing over 1,065 megawatts. We're deep down to when it comes to the power sector because of the cut to gas and fertilizer, and in an economy that is struggling to bring down the inflation. What is the place of collective bargaining? So much so that, yes, PENGASSAN will have to make concessions, Dangote will also have to make concessions, and then the grass, as we are, would not continue to suffer over these, fights forth and back. Okay,
I want to address the issue of DAPMAN. We need to understand that DAPMAN is a necessary group in the downstream oil and gas sector. For those who do not know, the downstream oil and gas sector has four important components. Refining is one component. Storage and distribution, logistical hauling is another component. Retail is another component. And this component must be protected by all means. Look at the US. You will see clear that they have storage facilities in 50 locations, mostly underground, for strategic reserve, that houses billions of barrels of white petroleum products, billions of barrels of crude at any point in time. In fact, they have enough reserve to sustain them for 75 days. If there's any war and they don't produce anything. Remember the whole essence of having, even before the refineries broke down, we used to have storage facilities from Mosimi to Aba. We used to have pipeline facilities. We used to have storage. It's very important for us to have those kind of important players. And of course, DAPMAN has also not been entirely blameless. I've always said most of the leadership of DAPMAN, the only time DAPMAN had same resemblance of leadership was when he had left Senator Ifeanyi, God bless his soul, was their leader. Most of those after him decided to use it as an avenue for them to further their own private business. DAPMAN, I've always advised, the federal government of Nigeria needs DAPMAN. In fact, what they should do, they need to reinvent themselves. Aliko Dangote is not their enemy. DAPMAN is not the enemy of Aliko Dangote. In fact, I don't like this crab mentality that we have in Nigeria. We're not even producing enough. We don't even have enough crude in Nigeria. We're not doing enough. What I expect us to do is, how do they work together? We have the Port Harcourt refinery, it's not working. We wasted over 18 billion trying to repair. Over the last 5 years, we wasted 4 trillion naira. What I expect DAPMAN to do is to come together. I've always brought out this proposal. Put themselves, set up an SPV. Go to the federal government. For those refineries to work, we need to privatize them. When people argue, oh, they are too old, it's not true. In Texas, you have 102-year-old refineries still for all over the world. There's over 100 refineries that are over 100 years old that are still functioning. All over the world, we have about 825 refineries. It's a $2.2 trillion market, and it's all working. What we need to do is, DAPMAN should set up an SPV, approach the federal government, bring Port Harcourt, bring Wally, put them in, value them, buy 50% of it. Federal government will sell 50% of those refineries to Nigerians. There is a 445 barrel of crude meant for them. Even if possible, let them get marginal fuels. Then, under a special arrangement, I've always advocated for lower energy cost. Cost of production of crude here in Nigeria is between $30 to $40. It's expensive compared to Russia and Saudi Arabia, where it's about $9 to $15. Now, it is so because of inefficiencies, no new investment, corruption, and insecurity. Now, we go into a special arrangement, cost plus margin. Crude production, $30. Let us put it at that level. Refining is $10 per barrel. By the time you factor in the 30% margin, it will come to about $50. Because a barrel has about 159 liters of other components.
Yeah, because of our time.
If you do this,
I want to come to you here quickly.
Sorry, the second leg of the question, which is, where is the place of collective bargaining between Dangote and PENGASSAN? Very quickly before.
Here is, PENGASSAN need to step back. Like I said, they need to step back. In fact, they've even gone too far. Where they refuse to step back. Because what I will not want is a situation where they will muscle him out, get him to concede. The whole investment world is watching. If the son of the soil could be so muscled, I bet you nobody will bring a dime into this country. We need to think about the overall national interest and the security of Nigeria in whatever they are doing, whether they are being sponsored or whether they are being motivated internally. That PENGASSAN and PENG must be very, very careful. The signals they send out there to the whole world.